Shalom, people, shalom. You know, yeah, I just gotta give praise and thanks because, many years ago, I wasn't always as stable as I am now. And I'm not in the best position, but I'm not in the worst. And so, you become accustomed to living, kind of living on the edge, especially with driving. I've had some experiences to where, my stuff wasn't all the way straight. Might have had a warrant, might not have had insurance, might not have had the title to my car, and as a black man, anywhere really, but especially in predominantly white locales, and your tabs ain't straight or stuff like that, it's stressful. It's stressful driving, and you know that you're not all the way legit. So, and one time there was a killer in jail who I had a discussion with, and I'm not going to say no names, but one of the things we chopped up was being on point in traffic to prevent being harassed by the police or law enforcement, because when you have your stuff straight as far as license, insurance, and registration, you're less likely to get messed with, so this video is just, man, maybe it's therapeutic. Maybe it's therapeutic for me because there was a time when I was a lot less stable. I'm not saying I'm arrived or anything, but it feels good. It feels good to drive, to be riding in your own car, and have license, insurance, and registration. I recommend it. License, insurance, and registration. There's been times where I got pulled over, might have been going too fast, or might have just been getting harassed, and they get behind you, they run your plates, and they see that your tabs are straight, and they're gonna back up off you, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a blessing. So, yeah, I'm out here working late, and shoot, just kind of feeling thankful. My town is a ghost town. Sometimes I feel like a ghost out here because it ain't what it used to be. Time we get older and things change, things close down. In my town, we had a lot of spots where we could go to, where you was guaranteed to see some black folks. You was guaranteed to see people that you knew congregate, and unfortunately, in my town, the black clubs, the black bars, the places where my people would be at, a lot of times they got shut down because brothers didn't know how to act, beefing and shooting, and that's why they say we can't have nothing. The town can't have nothing, because we didn't play it right, or we just was dealing with a lot of issues within our community and butting heads. Like, I go by this one club in the town these days. It's like a Latin joint, a Latino spot, and it's hella people out there, hella young people too, every weekend. And I don't ever hear about no shooting or no fighting. There's not a big Mexican gang presence up here in the Pacific Northwest in most towns. But it seemed like a whole bunch of squares, really, and nothing against being square, compared to what my generation went through. That is the way to go. you know, but I don't see no fighting. They go out there, they party, they have a good time, and I don't see no cops showing up when the club closed, when the bar closed. That's what I'm used to, you know. I'm used to drama, funk, static, beefing, banging, shots fired at the end of the club, good time over, you know. But yeah, that's one thing I can give it up to this younger generation. They were less in certain respects. You know, there's a lot of wild ones out there too, but there's also, you know, a lot of youth that I guess know how to party without cannibalizing each other to a certain extent, you know, because when I was in my, you know, 20s and older teens, when we partied, it could be all crip party. And, you know what I'm saying, different sides, different factions is going to show up and show out. And somebody going to be beefing or, you know, something going to happen a lot of times, you know, so. Yeah. It feels good to be back in the town. Feels good to be holding it down. Because there was a time and a place where I couldn't ride and be as comfortable as I am now, you know. So, yeah. So what do you do when you get out and your whole town is different and you don't see your peoples no more? I see a lot of people suffering because of that. I've made videos about gentrification before. Gentrification. And yeah. A lot of people don't adjust. A lot of people have a hard time adjusting. And because the social circle of the community we came in, that network is gone. You know, in my town, 20, 30 years ago, there was like 30,000 more black people than there are now. Like, so I hear a lot of people saying, where did everybody go? Like, look, sometimes we can't worry too much about things we can't control. So this is how I deal with it. I have faith, and I believe that we are living in the last days and times. And so it's all about preparing for the end times, preparing our souls to go to the next level in life. You know, the Bible helps point us in the right direction. It says we should work with our hands. We should work legit, live quiet lives, and tend to our own business and not be out in the mix. That's how I survived prison, by not being in the mix. I worked out. I went to school. I went to work. And I did my push-ups at night in my cell. I didn't bother nobody as long as it didn't bother me. If one of the homies was catching a fade and they asked me to stand by so nobody jumped in, I'm there. Okay? That comes with being from the town. You know, being a rider from the town, being a soldier from the town. You know what I'm saying? There's times I've been woken up out my sleep by the little homie. Hey, cuz. Hey, bro. Hey, big bro. Hey, I gotta get down with so-and-so. I gotta get down with this skinhead. You know, in the bathroom, I want you to come with me, watch my back, make sure I don't get jumped. Woke me up out my sleep, young brother from G's, from folks. And I'm waking up like this, like what? Like what? Okay. Because I wasn't one of the powder puffs. You know, God made me strong for a reason. And there's a lot of brothers, you know, God put some size on you and a good head over your shoulder. God made you strong for a reason, to be a protector, to ensure that the right thing takes place, to make sure that there's justice around you. So yeah, I have stood in the gap and watched brothers' backs before, and you're not gonna hear no foulness on my name when it comes to my paperwork because I can step on any prison yard in America, in the United States of America, and hold my head high, just in case if I ever had to walk some time out again. Ain't no dirt on my name, no smut on my name, you know. And that's a beautiful thing because the Bible says a good name is worth more than riches. Having a good name, having a good reputation. But yeah, a lot has passed since, a lot of things have been going on since my last video. And I'm just checking in, tapping in on this, what is it, Tuesday night in America, in the PNW. And I guess you could say I'm thankful. We never know how much time we got. But right now, at this moment in time, that's the best advice I can give. You know, when you're dealing with change, you know, I got people that they couldn't adjust to the way the new world is, like from the 90s compared to how the way the world is today with the internet and social media and gentrification. And you know, a lot of brothers I know could not make that jump. Could not make that jump. Ended up getting strung out to deal with the stress, you know, abusing drugs or crashing out, you know, dealing with financial struggles. The hustle ain't there like it was. The crack game dried up. You can't just hit the block with some double up and, you know, try to make some money off that in the streets. No, the crack game is gone. You know, the homies ain't out there no more. You know, brothers done got older. We done moved on. A lot of brothers wised up and is raising families. Like, you know, what do you do when you feel like a refugee or an outcast in your own community? You know, handle your business, you know, take care of your loved ones. That was my main commitment when I got out. I promised myself I want to take care of business and I want to take care of home. You know, so check in with your peoples who you love. Check in with them because tomorrow not promised to none of us. Make sure the ones that you love is okay. You know, whether you're a man or a woman or whoever you are, if you see this, check in with your peoples because we don't know what we got left on this earth. Did you see the Olympics? The opening ceremony of the Olympics pissed me off. Like I'm boycotting the Olympics from that satanic devilry that they show with no respect to the athletes, no respect to people of faith, you know, just slapping your face, Illuminati, Masonic symbols, you know, anti-Christian symbols and things like that. God sees all that. And it was ugly, like make me not ever even want to watch the Olympics again. And I used to love the Olympics. I was really looking forward to the track and field this year. You know, who's going to show out? That girl Sha'Carri Richardson and them, you know, the Jamaicans and, you know, that brother that be killing it. Like, I'm not watching the Olympics this year. This world is a trip and it's gotten a lot worse. Like there used to be 50 different spots. Me and the homie was talking about it when we were younger in our 20s and things. 50 different clubs and bars we could go to. That it was more of a black crowd. We was gonna hear hip hop, R&B, and I feel sorry for young black people in my town these days because they don't have that. They don't have that backbone of community no more. So, and you wonder why they running wild out there. They don't have it as good as we had it. We didn't even know we was living in a golden age and we didn't even know it. We never saw it coming that society around us could get this bad, get this so lame, get this lame, you know? So I got treasured memories in this town. But, you know, ultimately, this is not our home. Our home is in a higher place, going up yonder in a higher place. So can't get too attached to this world because this world will switch on you. It'll switch up and change on you. You know, stores that you used to go to, they close down. Your favorite stores move away somewhere, you know. I remember Kmart. I remember Kmart on 6th Avenue. And every time I drive down 6th Ave, I think about that Kmart. The Kmart's not there no more, you know. But this is what happens with the passage of time, you know. Nas has this song called Nothing Lasts Forever. It explains it perfectly.